Once upon a time, in a vast and ancient forest, there stood a mighty tree named Trina. Trina was no ordinary tree, she was known as the generous tree. Her branches stretched wide and high, providing shade to weary travelers, her fruits fed the hungry, and her leaves whispered secrets of the forest to those who would listen. Trina was content with her life, but sometimes, she felt lonely. She would watch the animals play and wished she could join them. One day, while Trina was deep in thought, a little boy named Ben came running into the forest, tears streaming down his face. He sat down under Trina's shade and cried softly. Trina, in her gentle voice, asked, "Why are you crying, little one?" Ben looked up, surprised to hear a voice. Who said that?" "It's me, Trina, the generous tree," Trina replied. "Why are you so sad?" Ben wiped his tears and said, "I feel like I don't belong anywhere. At school, the other kids don't play with me. At home, my parents are always busy. I feel so alone." Trina's heart ached for the boy. "I'm sorry to hear that, Ben. But remember, you are never truly alone. Sometimes, we just need to look around and see the friends we have in unexpected places." Ben sniffled, looking around. "But I don't have any friends." Trina thought for a moment and said, "I think I can help. Let me tell you a story. Once, there was a tiny seed that fell to the ground. This seed felt insignificant and alone. But over time, with the help of the sun, rain, and the soil, it grew into a strong tree. And soon, the tree became a home for birds, a resting place for travelers, and a source of food for many animals. You see, even the smallest seed can grow into something magnificent and important." Ben listened intently, his tears slowing. "Do you really think I can find friends and a place where I belong?" Trina's leaves rustled gently in the breeze. "I believe you can. Sometimes, it just takes a little time and patience. Why don't you start by being kind to others? Sometimes, when we reach out, we find that others are waiting to be our friends too." Inspired by Trina's words, Ben decided to give it a try. The next day at school, he saw a new girl sitting alone. Remembering Trina's advice, he walked up to her and introduced himself. "Hi, I'm Ben. Do you want to play with me?" The girl's face lit up with a smile. "Hi, Ben. I'm Lily. I'd love to." As days turned into weeks, Ben found himself surrounded by friends. He discovered that by being kind and open, he could find a sense of belonging wherever he went. And every time he visited the forest, he would sit under Trina's shade and tell her about his adventures and new friends. One day, as Ben sat under Trina, he noticed that she looked a bit different. Her leaves were not as green, and her branches seemed a bit droopy. "Trina, are you okay?" he asked, concerned. Trina sighed softly. "I am growing old, Ben. My time is nearing its end. But do not be sad, for this is the way of life. Even when I am gone, my spirit will remain in the forest, and my seeds will grow into new trees." Ben felt a pang of sadness but also a deep sense of gratitude. "Thank you, Trina. You've taught me so much about kindness and belonging. I'll never forget you." With a final rustle of her leaves, Trina whispered, "Remember, Ben, generosity and kindness create a ripple effect. Continue to spread it wherever you go." Years passed, and Ben grew into a kind-hearted young man. He often visited the forest, where new trees had sprouted, standing tall and strong, just like Trina. Every time he sat under their shade, he felt the presence of his old friend, the generous tree. And so, Trina's legacy lived on through the forest, through Ben, and through all the acts of kindness and generosity they inspired.